In April of 2021, President Jim Ryan said that PlayStation has been quietly investing in PlayStation exclusives. He claimed that the PlayStation 5 will be home to more exclusive games than any previous PlayStation console.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout out the season, man. Yo, I'm not this.
Yes, ponies are angry that Jim Ryan's statement did not come true. And a matter of fact, some of them is making, a diagnostic of what are the games they have been getting so far for the generation. And they are coming to the realization that there has been a lot of remasters, a lot of remakes, and basically 90 or 95% of their games are going to PC. In addition to that, when they look at this year, they are seeing just MLB The Show, Days Gone, which is a remaster, and also that one game, Ghosts of UT. And guess what? For some PlayStation fans, that ain't cutting it because they are used to getting bigger titles and more exclusives. But it seems that soon that would be no more. Now let's listen to see how some PlayStation fans are taking it and who they are blaming for all of this dark times in the PlayStation community. Yes, they are blaming the PC. Let's listen to them and let's see what they have to say concerning PC. So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness.
Let's get it. So before we continue the video, guys, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and no doubt your sub would aid in that. Let me just say that we specialize in giving you great Xbox content, whether it be news, whether it be rumors, but our specialty is disciplining the ponies, disciplining the PlayStation community. But if that interests you, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. So it goes without saying that a lot of PlayStation fans are not too happy with how things are going this generation or even this year with PlayStation. Yes, their precious exclusives are going other places, both Nintendo and Xbox. They are not getting enough games, first-party exclusive bangers they are complaining about. And most importantly, these guys are talking about is that PC initiative was the worst thing Sony has done. In addition to the games as a service initiative was also the worst thing Sony has done. But let's listen to them and let's see what they're saying concerning PlayStation and what's happening this year. Listen.
My 5 biggest mistakes PlayStation has made this generation. So let's get into point number 1. Because point number 1 is going to be pretty, I know a lot of people are going to be pretty upset with this one, but this is how I feel. So yeah, here we go. Putting games on PC.
How you do that, damn?
That's the first mistake I feel PlayStation has made, where I'm not going to focus on the financial aspect of putting the games on the PC. I'm going to be more leaning towards the benefits, that the PlayStation gamer is getting from this venture.
And here is where you are wrong, J. Barry. To believe Sony is seeing all the money that Microsoft is making putting their games on other platforms, and you don't feel Sony want to get into that? I could imagine seeing Totoki. How much did they make? On whose platform? On our platform? Yeah, buddy. We gotta switch it up. This is what Totoki was saying. Totoki is saying, yeah, what? To hell with all these ponies. We want more money. We need more profits. So that is why we would see Sony doing what they are doing in the near future, which is bringing more games to more platforms and more players.
But I do have the financial aspect listed as one of my points here, where the limited financial upside, not a major revenue driver. Because yeah, we do see these PlayStation financial reports from their quarterly earnings or for their fiscal year, where we see a lot of the driving or the drivers for their revenue and profit. It comes from the console side aspect, whether it's PlayStation Plus, the PlayStation Store, first party games being bought with on the console side. We don't really see anything really being highlighted on the PC side of it, when it comes to purchases, when it comes to does revenue or profits being driven, is it high enough to even highlight it? That's why I have that point listed here, especially as the first one. At the end of the day, it is more revenue, more profit coming in, from a platform that they wasn't on. So I do understand that aspect, and I do understand why PlayStation are putting their games on PC. I just don't agree with it. And the second point I have listed is one of the major reasons why I don't agree with it, because a lot of people will list off things as far as like, why wouldn't you want PlayStation to put these games on PC? Because you're going to get more players, there's more money for the company, all the business things that people like to list. But they don't think about the console side, the gamer side. Are we seeing more money?
How about no?
Are we seeing meaningful perks and incentives offered to the existing PlayStation 5 console owners?
How about no?
Are we seeing better, improvements to PlayStation Plus? Are we seeing more services, more features? Are we seeing more announcements, more game releases?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
No, pretty much the biggest upside, in my opinion, from the PlayStation putting their games on PC, especially when it comes to the online aspect, has been Helldivers. Helldivers has been pretty much the biggest success, where I can see like, oh yeah, this is the game that a lot of people wanted to play. Here is more people that you have that pool of people to play with, and now they're going to put it on Xbox. There's more people to play on it. But my criticism comes from all of that uptick in revenue or profits from this game being so popular on other platform or other platforms. Is that coming back to the PlayStation side of things? Personally, for the last 4+ years, I am not seeing it as a PlayStation core audience member. Like I listed off all the things that I listed there. I don't see more games being released. I don't see more games being announced. I don't see services getting better.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I'm seeing things being cut off. I'm seeing less stuff. I'm seeing cancellations. I'm seeing firings. I'm seeing people losing their jobs here, left and right. So I'm not really seeing the benefits of this move. I'm seeing more of the negatives when it comes to a PlayStation console owner. And also, when it comes to putting your games on other platforms, as PlayStation, they have their own platform, which is the PlayStation consoles. The risk diluting exclusivity appeal of the platform. More and more as I see games being put onto PC, the time is shrinking to be put on a PC, where now you look at PlayStation games as these time exclusive. More and more I see within this bubble that I interact with, that people are dismissing the PlayStation console. Like, hey, I'd rather wait and I just build up a PC, and I feel like, now that exclusivity is dwindling, people are more hesitant to buy into the platform. Is that a big deal for right now? Obviously it's not, because we see PlayStation financial reports, we see the consoles are selling, we've seen all this good stuff. But like I said, my biggest aspect of this first point is, are we seeing the benefits of what all the success that they're listing off? Something is not adding up, in my personal opinion. So yeah, that's the first point I have there, putting their games on PC.
So yes, Jabari is upset with Sony because of putting most of their games on the PC. He is linking the troubles and the woes of the PlayStation platform to putting this game onto PC. He's not seen any results. But it's not only Jabari who is upset with PC. Listen to one of the newest pony on the block, M.
100%. Take it off PC. Matter of fact, you already locked it out of 177 countries. Stop selling it on PC. Okay? Why would I support the game on PC? Like, why would I support it being on PC? They get to play for free. They don't want to make an account. They want to act like quiet little baby. I'm glad they're leaving. I'm glad the less of them there are, the more I feel like supporting the game and buying it on PlayStation.
And we can never forget, share that feeling. I wanna rock with you.
And by the way, I don't care if whether Sony makes money or not. They've already made the money. This is the one smart thing that they did, is that they didn't make the game free to play. That is the one smart thing they did, because like you just said, yeah, only 5% of people were going to pay if it was going to be free to play anyway. So now they sold 12 million copies. Let's say that 7-8 million of those were on PC. Fantastic. You took your money, you went home. Like, honestly, what have they lost? What have they actually lost? They've lost nothing. Okay? So, again, let's say they sold 8 million, let's even say they sold 10 million copies of. You know how PC players are always pretending that they are like, oh, we are the only ones who bought this game. Cool. Let's say you sold 10 million copies on PC. $40 a pop, that's what, 400 million? Quick maths, right? You take your ball, you go home. You've made your money. Okay, the ice cream truck has sold out. So in any case, Sony hasn't lost any money. And you know what? Again, the less PC players are on this game, just knowing that makes me sleep better at night.
What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
I don't like these people. I don't. They're cheaters, they're scammers, they're awful people, they are a crybabies. I want less of them. The less of them there are, the better. That's it.
Wow, I thought these ponies hated Xbox fans, but like these guys hate PC fans more. Wow. But on the other hand, we have MBG, and MBG is very concerned about what Sony is doing by putting their games on to Xbox.
The bigger picture is, we talk about a Halo collaboration in Helldivers 2. The bigger picture with that is it should let you know how much Sony wants this game to succeed on Xbox. And that to me is so fascinating, dude. Like, I do worry a little bit about Sony's approach here.
I'm going to be honest with you. I hate this place, this zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer.
Only because it's like, I'm not saying that Helldivers can't be a success on Xbox. In fact, I'm more bullish on it. I think Helldivers is going to do damn well on Xbox. And I know that there's a lot of people who disagree with that. I've encountered quite a few people who believe that that this game's not going to do hardly anything on Xbox. And that would suck, because that would mean Sony just wasted a lot of time. Not a lot, but it means they wasted time and resource in, putting this game on Xbox. It's just knowing that the Xbox platform is...
You see, he was about to say dead or irrelevant. He was about to say that the Xbox community don't buy games, but he had to back up and retract because he knows that we would use it against him in the future. But it just goes to show how these guys' narratives keep changing. One moment they are saying that Xbox fans don't buy games. The next moment they're saying that, guess what? Helldivers 2 is going to do well on Xbox. You see? You see what's going on there?
Let me back up. I find it fascinating that Sony decided that the first place they want to put Helldivers 2 beyond PC is Xbox.
Gotcha.
Not because it's Xbox. Not because of that. Not because it's like we hate Xbox. They're our enemy. Not like that. I just mean, like, you would think, why not? Like, I just have to ask, why did they not maybe consider, or maybe they did and it just didn't work. I was going to say a mobile version of Helldivers. Or maybe that's something Arrowhead wouldn't want. You know what? Actually, the more I think about it, maybe they chose Xbox because maybe that's the only platform that currently makes sense.
Yes, ponies all over the world is trying to make sense of what Sony is doing with porting their games to PC, to porting their game with Xbox. But we all know what Sony is doing. Sony is telling these ponies they are not enough and that they are after the bag. So whether ponies want to believe it or not, the proof is in the pudding. So let me hear what you guys thought about the videos today. Let me know it in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.